want to show you how to do these first two rows up here so that you can continue to fill out this sheet for homework. So the first thing we want to talk about is the substance name, and it gives you the formula right here is O3, and you might think, oh, that's oxygen, but usually oxygen is going to be just O2. When you have a third oxygen on there, it changes what it is. So if you remember back to the very beginning of the trimester when we were talking about the chapter 1, O3 is actually going to be ozone. And the chemical unit here, it's not an atom because there's more than one. It could be a molecule or a formula unit. If it's a molecule, it's two nonmetals together. If we look at where oxygen is on the periodic table, it is a nonmetal, so we're going to write that it is a molecule. The number of elements per molecule is 1 since they are all oxygen. The number of atoms per chemical unit is 3. That's indicated by this O3 on the bottom here. The relative weight from the periodic table, if you look at the periodic table, it says 15.9999 right here up in oxygen. But we're going to just go up to the 100th place. So we're going to round that to 16.0. So we're going to say we have 16.0, and we know that we're doing that 3 times. So we're going to say that is equal to 48.0. So the molar mass is 48.0 grams. So 1 mole of ozone weighs 48.0 grams. Now we'll do calcium. So here is calcium. If I look at my periodic table, again, I see, if I scoot it over, if I look at my periodic table, calcium over here is 40.078. So it has the chemical symbol of Ca. So I'm going to start out by writing my symbol, which is Ca, and I'm going to write that that is a symbol. And then my chemical unit, if it's an atom, molecule, or formula unit, since calcium only appears as Ca, it's just going to be one single atom. The number of elements per chemical unit, well, since we said there is only one atom, there's only going to be 1. And the number of atoms per chemical unit is also going to be 1 because it's just 1 all by itself. The relative weight from the periodic table we said earlier was around 40, so 40.1 because we're rounding that 7 up to 1 to just get to the 100th place. So we're going 40.1. And 1 times 40.1 is going to be 40.1. So if I had a mole of calcium, it would weigh 40.1 grams. I'll do one more with you. The nitrogen trihydride, also known as ammonia, this is one of the things that you had to memorize. So here is NH3. There's 1 nitrogen, trihydride. Tri means 3, so that's 3 hydrogens. Is this an atom? Well, no, it's not an atom because it's 2 separate elements. Is this a molecule? Well, that would mean that this would have to be a metal and a nonmetal, but we have 2 nonmetals because nitrogen is the stuff that's in the air, and obviously the air doesn't have any metals in it, so we have 2 nonmetals. So this must be a molecule. There are number of elements per Cu. Well, there are 1 nitrogen, 3 hydrogen, and I get that because there's only the 1 there. Again, we don't write 1s in science, but we get 3 hydrogens right after it. So we have 1 atom of nitrogen for a chemical unit and 3 chemical units of hydrogen. So if I do 1 times whatever nitrogen is, if I look at my periodic table, it's 14.0, and I multiply 3 times whatever hydrogen is. If I look over on this side of my periodic table in the corner, I get 1.0 again. And I add those two together to get my total, I get 15.0. So if I have 1 mole of ammonia, I have 15.0 grams. And that is how you are going to finish the rest of your assignment. Good luck! If you have any questions, please email.